Hi, and welcome to another edition of One-on-One. I'm Rich Wells, the Public Information Officer for the City of Glendale. Well, this past year, the City of Glendale passed its new smoking ordinance, or fresh air ordinance, which sets down new guidelines for multi-unit housing, restaurants, and public areas. Since its passage in November, city staff members have been informing and educating the public on the new ordinance. The person who is in charge of the public outreach effort is Armene Jimenez, who is here today to tell us more about Glendale's smoking ordinance. Armene, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Armene, before we talk about the ordinance, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and what your new duties will be?
Well, Rich, I've been living and working in Glendale for the last 20 years. I've done retail management, nonprofit management, and now I'm the ambassador for Fresh Air. And part of my job is meeting with people, educating public, residents, and businesses about the new ordinance and how to comply with that. And part of that also is developing flyers, sending out information, doing public service announcements, etc. So it's been a lot of fun informing and educating people about the new ordinance.
Now, are there other cities besides Glendale who have smoking ordinances?
Well, 80 out of 88 cities in Los Angeles County, 45 have a tobacco control ordinance in place.
So how does Glendale's compare with the other cities?
Well, Rich, the ordinance we have in Glendale is quite comprehensive. It covers a lot of the areas of tobacco control, including indoor and outdoor housing and reducing the sale of tobacco products.
What is the real goal of the Fresh Air Ordinance?
The real goal of Fresh Air Ordinance is to protect the health and safety of Glendale residents by limiting secondhand smoke.
Armene, let's talk about the ordinance. Where can people smoke?
Well, people can smoke in their private balconies, private patios, private cars, and also private golf courses if the owners of the golf courses allow it. Also, there are other places in the city that people can smoke as long as they're at least 20 feet away where they come into contact with a non-smoker. Some of the places might be city-owned property, outdoor dining, apartments, hotels, motels, shopping, auto dealers, tobacco shops, etc. We just need to make sure that if they do have designated smoking areas, they are clearly marked, they do have at least one receptacle out there, and they do have a sign saying smoking is permitted here.
Let's talk about restaurants for a second. So let's say you want to go and you want to enjoy your meal outdoors, and they do have outdoor seating. What do you do when you go to that restaurant?
When you go to the restaurant, they should inform you in the restaurant that they have smoking and non-smoking areas, and they should also ask you where you'd like to sit, whether it's the non-smoking section or the smoking section.
Armene, before we take a break, let's talk a little bit about how people can find out more about the smoking ordinance. Is there a phone number or a website that people can go to?
Sure. To find out more about the smoking ordinance, they can call me, the Fresh Air Ambassador. My phone number is 818-548-3972. Or they can email me at arjimenez@ci.glendale.ca.us. We also have our own website. They can either go through the website of the city or go directly to our website, which is www.glendalefreshair.com.
Okay. Well, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the smoking ordinance and, of course, how it also impacts people in multi-unit housing projects, but we're going to take a break first. We'll be back with more One-on-One right after this.
Glendale, it's time to save water. We are currently experiencing one of the driest seasons on record. Yet this dry season can serve as an opportunity for all of us to take part in water conservation. Just by making minor changes outdoors in the way we use water can save gallons of water a day. For example, position sprinklers so that the water lands on the lawn and shrubs, not on sidewalks or driveways. Step on your grass. If it springs back, you don't need to water. Water when temperatures are cooler. Sweep driveways and sidewalks instead of hosing them. Use a bucket and shut-off nozzle on the hose when washing your car. Saving water is simple. Working together, we can achieve our water conservation goal to reduce water usage by 10%. That's about 20 gallons of water per person a day.
What we do to the planet, we do to ourselves. You can help keep America beautiful. Visit KAB.org.
When I'm on my way to calls and I'm rolling code 3, which means the lights and sirens are going, I sometimes encounter problems where people in cars don't pull to the right.
We run into situations where people don't pull to the right or they fail to stop and yield to us.
It could at times be frustrating when you're attempting to get to a location with your lights and sirens on.
We're usually responding to emergency calls where either an officer or a citizen needs help.
In the city of Glendale, we respond to approximately 15,000 emergencies a year.
Every second counts.
Response times are threatened whenever motorists don't follow the traffic laws.
The fireman or policeman responding to the call could be responding to help one of your loved ones.
If you find yourself in the middle of the intersection and there's a car behind you or there's a car in front of you and you're really not sure where you should go, try to move to the right as safely and quickly as possible, and if you can't, just stay where you are.
So it's real important that you pay attention.
Help us make our jobs easier. We love what we do and we're there to help, but we can't do it alone. We need your help.
Hi, and welcome back to One-on-One. Today we're talking with Armony Jimenez. She is the ambassador for Glendale's new smoking ordinance. Armony, can people smoke in their own apartment buildings?
Landlords may create smoking permitted areas with some limitations, and those are: it has to be outdoors, it has to be clearly marked, it has to be at least 40 square feet or less, has to have a sign saying smoking is permitted here, it has to be at least 20 feet away from an entrance, exits, doors, windows, wherever they might come in contact with non-smokers, and it has to have at least one waste receptacle. The easiest time to incorporate the ordinance into the lease is when the lease is expiring and a new tenant is moving in, or a current lease is expiring and it's going month to month. It's the easiest way to do it.
Do people need to tell their landlord that they are a smoker?
No, they don't need to, but they do need to know whether their unit is a smoking unit or a non-smoking unit. And yes, a smoker can rent a non-smoking unit as long as they understand that either them or their guests are not allowed to smoke in the unit.
When does a violation occur?
The violation occurs when a person who's been warned by a police officer, a neighborhood services code enforcement inspector, or a park ranger to stop smoking, to leave the premises, or to move to a smoking permitted area continues to smoke. Then they are issued a citation.
Now, we should mention here that the city has taken a very gradual approach on the implementation of this ordinance and the enforcement of this ordinance, correct?
Yes, even though, yes, there is no grace period on this, but the City Council has adopted a year of education, and unfortunately there's a misconception in the community that citations will not be issued until a whole year of education is completed, and that is not correct. So I just wanted to mention that if the education is completed and the warning has been given and someone's still defiant, they will be issued a citation. And citations are given right after warnings. The first warning is given, then a $100 citation is given. Then a second warning, a $200 citation is issued. And the third warning, a $500 citation is issued. And then the fourth warning is a misdemeanor.
So how are people responding to the ordinance? What are you hearing?
Well, actually, it's been pretty positive. People are very receptive. They like the fact that City Council is taking a stand on protecting health and safety of our citizens by having a fresh air ordinance in place. And everyone wants to comply. They're eager to get the education and the information to make sure they are within compliance.
When you go out into the community, who are you encountering with? Are you just talking to residents? Are they visitors? Or is it just a combination of everybody?
Well, actually, I'm talking with everybody. It's really, it's all about the face-to-face contact. I've talked to residents on the streets. I've talked to visitors. I've talked to businesses, groups that wanted presentations, and apartment building owners who want to comply, want to make sure that their apartments are complying with the new ordinance. It's been pretty good. It's received pretty well.
Now, the city has, of course, several parks. They have different facilities like the Adult Recreation Center. Have you been able to visit those locations?
Yes, we have. We were at the Adult Recreational Center and spoke with a lot of the seniors, and they're very happy. They're very health conscious, so they want to make sure that everybody's within compliance. There are signs out there, and staff really make sure that it's enforced, and the seniors are happy to comply with the ordinance. Same thing with Wilson Mini Park. We were there, and there was no one smoking. We gave out portable ashtrays, and they were very happy to take it, just in case they knew someone who was there and was not complying.
Now, if a business owner would like to know more about the ordinance, can they set up a meeting with yourself or a member of the city staff?
Absolutely. We'll be happy to help. They can either give me a call. I'll repeat my phone number. It's 818-548-3972. They can email me at arjimenez@ci.glendale.ca.us. And I'll be more than happy to meet with them or do a presentation for them or for their group and let them know about the ordinance, compliance, and enforcement to make sure they're complying with the new ordinance.
And you also have a website set up, correct?
Yes, we do, and our website is www.glendalefreshair.com.
Armony, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. It's been very informative for me and I'm sure for our residents, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to visit with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us for another edition of One on One.